Hey y'all, good morning. Hope your energy is up this morning. Okay. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe right now. I just got on here today. I want to know where all my loyal brothers and sisters at. Staying true. Um, where y'all at? Where are the couples that value commitment and don't slip? I want to know where y'all at. I want to know where the people are at that want to be in a good relationship that don't slip. This is the community right here. We trying to hold each other down, and we trying to have pure love. No competition, no games, just strong folks lifting each other up daily, okay? So this is the level we hold each other to. No excuses, just keeping the love alive and making sure everyone's good. Let's talk about what it means to stay strong, stay happy, and keep that bond real. All right? Okay. So it's about sticking together through thick and thin, not letting anyone or anything shake that bond. No matter what life throws at you, if you both stay loyal, your relationship can't be broken. Okay? So it don't matter what you go through. You can men, y'all think that if you broke that the woman gonna leave you and stuff like that. No, the woman only leaves you when you broke and you have been disloyal. Okay, so disloyalty had to come first before that brokenness came first. Okay, and then she be like, okay, now he broke too. It's a no go. Okay, so you know if both of you stay loyal, your relationship can't be broken. Okay, and men really don't leave women. So women really don't have that to think about. If they really with you, like married to you or been with you for a long time, they don't leave. Even if they step out on you, they don't leave. So we really don't have to worry about men that leave unless they super loyal and you are the wild one in the relationship. Okay, um, being each other's rock when things get rough. That is really important too. Uplifting each other, making each other feel great, even when you may lost your job or um, you may feel like, oh, I don't. Most men get insecure or they get sad or depressed when money is not flowing right. Women reassure that man. And women, we get insecure if that man is not as attractive as to us as he used to be. So, um, just make sure that you say, "Hey, baby, you look good." Um, treat her like she look good. Pause everything, just to really look at her when you see her every day, and just to know that you coming home to her is a great thing for a woman. Okay, and also in relationships, competition is one of the worst things in a relationship that I see. I see a lot of people that's in competition with each other. How you gonna be in competition with the person that loves you and cares for you? I mean, if you have a woman that's competing against you, you must make her feel like she ain't own shit, own nothing. Let me rephrase that and talk better. She should never be in competition with a man because a man should be way up anyway. And if that woman is speaking in that aggressive, I'm on this and I'm doing this every time you argue, then this is what she really thinks about you. When she's arguing with you and she's saying strong words against you, how better she is or whatever, competing in any kind of way, then she doesn't have respect for you. No woman talks to her man like that unless there's no respect. And it could be because you done messed around, you done cheated on her or whatever. But if she knows that you love her unconditionally, she wouldn't talk to you like that. Okay. In real love, there's no competing with your partner. Instead, you lift each other up. If one of you shines, you both win. Okay, so if one is in debt, if that woman is in debt and you not in debt, you need to help her get up out of debt. so that'll make, and vice versa. I'm not just saying the man got to pay the woman. If the woman is up and y'all in a partnership, y'all should be together on it. Because if y'all paying the same bills, if y'all doing the same thing, I'm not saying as far as splitting the bills, but I'm saying women, if that man is taking care of the bills and you still taking from him, um, it's just harder when you can get a job and help pay stuff off, especially debt. Pay stuff off, and so he can have more, even more money to give to you. So y'all gotta understand that you have to lift each other up. And if he win, you win. If you know he take care of you anyway, why wouldn't you do everything you can to make sure that man is up? Okay? You can truly celebrate each other's wins, making the bond even stronger. It's about teamwork, not rivalry. You know, when you beating each other down like, oh, and some of y'all will sabotage y'all men and y'all women just to make sure that you have control over them. That's a big thing. It's not uncommon for a woman to just keep spending the man's money, keep spending money just to make sure he is putting all his money on her. And he doesn't have enough money to do nothing else. Or the man to um, say, get off of work so I can spoon feed you what I want to give you, so I can have control over where you go and who you hang around, because you ain't got no money but through me. Okay. And then accountability. Okay. Holding each other accountable means having those honest talks, even when it's uncomfortable. And you won't let them settle. And expecting the same in return. So you can't be saying harsh stuff if you can't take it. And if you ask a question and you talk to a man, if he is an honest man, it's gonna hurt you. The truth hurts. Sometimes I don't ask my dude stuff that hurt me real bad. And I wanted to know, and I wanted to know how we gonna, change it or fix it, and we did. It's just how you gotta talk. You gotta talk and see if you want it, see if you don't want it. And some of the stuff that I asked I was pleasantly surprised. So you gotta talk. When you first get in a relationship, you're gonna have to have them deep talks. Otherwise, you're gonna waste all your time and energy in a relationship that ain't gonna work just because you were scared to have a conversation. I'm telling y'all, if y'all are thinking the white fences and the nice house and all that stuff without knowing for sure that man is built for that or wants that, then you just, imagining for nothing. Women, y'all got to stop having this picture in your head because this man is so fine to your standards that you think he is also the man that's going to put you in the house. You have this dream and vision of this beautiful man in this house. Most of the time, people don't end up with the people that they thought was the finest anyway. And women, we definitely don't look like at men like that. We don't be like, okay, we shouldn't. There's a certain kind of man that I want to be at my house. If you're thinking like that, most likely it ain't gonna work. Men don't even get that most of the time. The best female. If you got the coldest female and look, most likely she ain't gonna be the coldest woman as far as taking care of the house. Most of the time. Sometimes people get lucky. Sometimes they don't. All right. So real couples don't make excuses for why things aren't working. Instead, they both put in effort every day to make it better. When you're committed, you don't look for an easy way out. You look for ways to stay together while staying happy. The strongest men don't shy away from holding their partner down. They embrace the role of protector and supporter, staying solid no matter what. It's about consistency and making sure your partner feels safe and loved. So a man will never, a real man, ladies, will never ever make you feel like he ain't gonna go out there and get and take care of this house and make sure you good. He not. So you should make sure that that man has something hot to eat every night, and make sure that it's not a task where you say, "Oh, I gotta cook, I gotta cook." If you don't like cooking every night, meal prep. Cook for weeks. Get them little Tupperware things, but don't use plastic. Don't use plastic. Plastic is not good for you, especially if you're trying to conceive or do anything. Use all glassware. Got to do that. But meal prep for him. So then he can feel like you cooking him something. And man, if you know this woman is cooking for you every night, then you shouldn't be eating out. Shouldn't be bringing stuff home. And if you don't like how she cooking, you should say, "Hey, I want you to try this recipe and get her some cookbooks and see how that work out." Or just turn it on Martha Stewart or something like that, cause she got a cooking channel. So just let her know, hey, you know, your food is okay, but I don't eat it because I don't feel like it tastes it. You gotta have them conversations, y'all. It's just like if you can't be vulnerable, if you can't be a little, straightforward with your relationship, you're gonna be living a lie the whole time. It's better to know now than waste your time. Can you imagine um, not saying nothing or being honest with your partner for 10, 20 years and they finally tell you and it changes your whole dynamic of your relationship because you wasn't honest and you wasted 10, 20 years when you could have asked in a year or two and then figured it out and see for yourself, seeing for yourself if you could take it or not. And say, hey, I can't deal with this. I'm leaving now. And then you got them 10, well, the 8 to 15 years to find somebody else that's about it. But have these strong talks. If you know you love him and you know you want him to be your husband, you need to talk to him like he your husband and ask him questions to see what he would say if he was your husband or your wife too. Y'all men usually um fall in love because of looks. But then when you get her in the house, she ain't nothing in the house. She ain't no supporter. She's always watching them live um reality TVs and all that stuff. She ain't nothing that you want her to be in the house because she's not a housewife. She's a prop. She's a type of person that just looks good, but she doesn't know how to do nothing else. And some of them know how to clean and all that stuff, but they only know how to do stuff for themselves and not for you. They couldn't even tell you if you're sick. If you came in the house sick, she can't even look at you and say, "What's wrong with you?" She can't read you because she don't care about that. She care about what she look like and what she's doing. She's more about herself. Some of them. You gotta respect each other, and respect is above all else. Okay. Um, Respect each other for things to work long term. Respect means listening, understanding, and never putting each other down. Sometimes you got to put each other down, and I'm not talking about like you ain't nothing. You look crazy every day and just trying to hurt them. I'm saying like, listen, you're not in a high spirit today. You need to get yourself together. I noticed that you've been stagnating a little bit. So I don't know what I need to do to encourage you. But let's go to the library. Let's do this. But you got to tell them. I wouldn't say that's putting them down. So maybe that's right. Um, but if they have like holes in their shirt or something, you need to change that. That's you got a hole in your shirt. So I mean, just not putting them down as far as saying you ain't nobody, trying to hurt them. That's different. Okay. Love without respect ain't real love. It's just a fantasy. Real respect brings real love to life. Okay. So if a woman don't respect a man and she does, when you argue with her and she doesn't listen and she just waiting for you to respond, she don't respect you. So you need to find out what it was that she stopped respecting you, especially if she started off respecting you. Now she don't. There's something going on because a woman should respect a man and a man as well. Can't be out there watching porn TV and stripper TV all the time. Ain't no woman gonna respect that. You gotta respect her. Respect is what respect does. Okay, I'm gonna say it again because I messed it up. Respect is what respect does. Okay, So that's the truth about anything. Okay, you treat your partner with the same love and care you want for yourself. When you both do this, it creates a safe place where both of you can thrive. This is how you grow together without losing yourself. And happiness. Happiness takes work. It doesn't just happen. Strong couples make a choice to focus on the positive. Even when things get rough, they keep finding ways to laugh and enjoy each other, which keeps connections alive. Okay, so we notice that our bills is going up. And we okay, we gotta work a little extra. We gotta go Uber, we gotta go DoorDash or whatever we gotta do to get this money like we used to, okay, to get it flowing. And then now we just going overtime, so we can have extra, okay? Because we're gonna have a spend account. Yes, you should have a spend account. And should couples get a relationship where they sharing accounts, you don't have to, but you can have your account, they can have theirs, and y'all can share one account together if you want to do that. That's a good way. That's how I do it. So and then y'all just build that account, because what you want to do is make sure y'all borrowing from each other instead of borrowing for the credit people. If you can't borrow from yourself, then you don't have enough money. Okay, so we should not be in debt no more. Okay, cheating happens when people can't communicate their needs. Strong couples talk it out and get real with each other, no matter how awkward or intense the combo might be. This honesty is what keeps love unbreakable. Okay, um, women cheat because of communication most of the time, and or they feel like their man is cheating if they wasn't a cheater already. If a woman ain't never cheated and she's a good woman, she really don't cheat until she's really ready to leave and she's tired of something. But men will cheat if they cheaters. That's just point blank. They are cheat if they cheaters. And if you are a cheating man, it's gonna catch up with you. So now what you need to ask yourself, is it worth losing? And I know you hear this cliche all the time, but it's the facts. Some of y'all just don't think you're gonna get caught. And you always do. And then the hurt that you're gonna have, especially if you got a good woman. But the reason why she don't do everything she's supposed to do, keep herself cute or keep herself nice, is because you have displayed to her that even when she was doing that, you still gonna mess around. So she don't care no more. When you start making her feel like she is the finest thing in the world, even when she not, because can't nobody be the finest woman in the world. Um, there's always going to be somebody whose nose is different, whose body curve is just a little more perfected. You just going to always find them. And, that's the adversary that will always play with you just because he know what you like, you know. So, if she not keeping herself up no more and she ain't trying to put on the little nasty outfits or trying to be cute anymore, it's because she feel like you're going to cheat on her anyway. So why should I even bother? Why should I even bother? Especially if you got erectile dysfunction, but you are in a bathroom, uh, messing with yourself. So y'all gotta do better, okay? You gotta raise the standard of love every day. Holding yourself to a higher standard means that every day you strive to love better than yesterday. It's about growth and not selling. So that let's unpack that. When you are trying to love somebody and say, oh man, I don't want today to be a regular day. I want to do better for her than I did yesterday. Just like at work, you're trying to do whatever you got to do to get a raise. You know, you got to do everything you can to get a raise in love. Always trying to make that person be like, oh, I love my boo, and my dude do that a lot. And I appreciate him for that. Um, when both people aim high, they build a relationship that's not only strong, but a source of inspiration for each other. Okay, so once he does stuff to me, I feel like I got to reciprocate and do it for him or do something just as nice. And sometimes I start it. It's just, especially when we down and we not feeling like stuff is rolling good, because you will have them times. Um, you ain't gonna be in love all through your relationship, but you're gonna be in like always. You're gonna always love them, but not be in love. Sometimes you be like, I can't stand that mother today. But as long as he ain't messing around and you ain't messing around, y'all gonna always find a love again. But you just trying to I'm the queen of surprises. So I'm always trying to make him feel happy or make him feel appreciated. And he does vice versa. Okay. Sometimes you gotta fight with your inner demons to level up to the best version of yourself. Your high self ain't just gonna show up unless you step into the ring and confront the darkness within. So whatever is in you that's dark, if you fight that, if you really fight that and get yourself together and say, okay, I'm doing this and this is against my relationship, or I'm doing this in my life, and it's against my job, or I'm doing this and I hate this about myself, and I hide it and I never confront it. You need to confront that darkest demon inside of you. If you was on drugs and you feel like you got to fight that, you need to do more stuff to get out of that feeling of need for that darker side. Everybody wants my lip itching. Everybody wants to be on the darker side just because you don't want to be all light all the time. I always have a ratchet girl moment where I be like, I want to be on the ratchet side sometimes when I hear stuff, and I have to turn it off because I don't want to even think like that. So I have to, to to chill myself out sometimes when I hear it. You know, and you gotta get that darker side out of you, because the darker side was making me broke. It was making me broke. I thought I was getting money, and I thought I was trying to do what I needed to do to get in them pockets. But I mean, the more light I was exposed to, the good, the more money I'm making. You know, and the more I tried to get the money looking good, the more I had to work hard for it. Now I don't do as much to get it, and I stay humble, and I stay real sweet, and I stay good and treat people real good. The more money I've seen, I can't believe how blessed I am today, because I changed my ways, and that's what it is about, changing your ways. Okay, it's like you're sitting on your potential waiting for something to change, but it's only when you battle those parts of you that hold you back that you truly start to shine. And I know this because I'm telling you, when I started doing better, thinking better, I started noticing better. And it take a while, because once you change yourself, you're going to have the adversary coming around to try to pull you back in, but you can't let it pull you back in. And once you get past that rut, because he gonna test you, and when you pass that test, man, it's all glory from there. Okay, a lot of folks sleeping on the fact that growth comes from struggle with your dark side, that side of you that wants to lay around, avoid discomfort, that side that wants to stay at home and lust and self medicate at home all day or lose focus. It's the enemy. You got dreams and ambitions, but they won't manifest until you stop letting those destructive habits call the shots. You need to realize the biggest roadblock is you. And once you defeat that, everything else falls into place. Like I said on my short, Nipsey Hussle said you gotta fight gravity or it'll pull you backwards. Okay? Stagnation is your enemy. Laziness, indulging in cravings, or constantly thinking about what's going on in someone else's life is a form of self-sabotage. So you can't be thinking about what other people are doing. And you ain't doing nothing. If you ain't moving, what you gonna do? Sit your whole life watching everybody else's life and what they're doing, gathering all this information, but ain't moving on nothing? You can be everybody moving. Everybody moving. If you're gonna say, um, the best thing about me is I'm moving. I'm constantly doing stuff. But if you ain't doing nothing with it, and if you ain't applying nothing, then you just a whole bunch of chaotic movement. Okay? It's just you just moving. Everybody moving. So you doing everything that everybody else is doing. So you will never ever meet your peak self, your highest form of self, until you start moving and using what you uh, found in education. Like if you, I ain't editing this. Y'all know me. But yeah, if you're not moving yourself, if you ain't getting yourself applying what you have found out or what you have been educated on, then you ain't doing nothing with your education. You self sabotaging, consuming everybody else's life and their education. Instead of acting like life's going to hand you something, you got to get real with what's stopping you from acting. Figure out what's on the darker side that keeps you from stepping into your greatness. And don't let it have power over you no more. Distractions are real. The reasons you self medicate or procrastinate is because you're not in tune with that light and what truly lights your fire. You're letting out forces, the TV, social media, other people's opinion distract you from your own soul's desire. Real power comes when you turn inward and stop letting the world take you off course. Own your time and focus on what really serves your future, not theirs. Every time you get caught up in something or someone else's life, you waste your own. Okay, so if you knew that tomorrow was your last day, you wouldn't even be doing that. So you need to spend every day like, hey, I don't got no time to be worried about them. I need to worry about what's going on. When people start coming and tell you stuff about other people, I don't want to hear that. I got other stuff I need to do for myself. I don't care about what they doing. Okay? Whether it's another person's vibe or being addicted to some temporary high, it pulls you away from your purpose. Think about it. If you were truly focused on building yourself, you wouldn't have time to be consumed by distractions. That's all distractions. The longer you stay caught up in these outside forces, the longer it takes to become who you're meant to be. It's easy to get lost in the chase for validation. Some people do all this attention and try to be in the midst of everything because they need validation for themselves. You want to be liked, to be seen, to have people worship you. But what happens when that stops? What happens when you realize that those people don't even know the real you? Huh. The truth is the only validation that matters come within, from within. You have to find your worth in your own reflection, not in someone else's eyes. You got to stop seeking approval to start being the best version of yourself. And some people are products of their parents. If their parents seek validation, want to be liked by everybody, or they praise them, their kids for making everybody like them, then that's the energy that you're going to have. You need to, the only way you feel good is by validation and everybody liking you. You know, people gonna like you anyway if you your true self. And if they don't, then they just don't like the real you. Your energy needs to be protected when you constantly give it away to meaningless things, other people's drama, instant pleasures, or distractions. It's like you're draining your own life force. Every time you lose focus on your purpose, you weaken your own resolve. Protect your energy because it's the only thing that can fuel your journey to greatness. Urges that don't serve you are like chains keeping you stuck. You got to now acknowledge them. So if you know that you have urges to do stuff and stuff lights you up, ask yourself, what is it about this that's making me go to it? Especially if it don't if it don't serve your purpose and who you want to be when you get older. You got to ask yourself, well, why am I so urgently, as soon as I see this woman or as soon as I see this man, what is wrong with me? What makes it so like a big thrill, or what makes it like a dopamine hit when I see this or I do this? Ask yourself, okay? So the basic thing is be in control of yourself. Don't waste any time or any minute of your life on things you don't serve that don't serve your purpose, or any person that you wouldn't want to spend the last day on earth with. So if you um, know better, once you start losing people in your life, as far as your family members, your main characters in your life, that's when you start um, realizing what you want to do with yourself and how that little stuff don't matter. The people that are selfish and don't care about nothing, they really haven't lost anybody. So once you start losing people, that's why people you'll be like, oh, it's the you just older. No, I've been through so much stuff. I've been through so much stuff that I know that this stuff don't matter. And if I could tell you this before you start losing people, then I will, and I'm trying to. But most people won't realize this until they lose the most important people in their life. Okay, so don't let this be you. Change yourself now. Live for you know who you love, and for yourself. You know, and if you know that people are for you and more than you are for yourself, then them are the people that you put before you. Because if you know they will do anything for you, even take from themselves, then that you don't have to worry about yourself with them. Okay? But I'm gonna get off of here. I just wanted to let y'all know how to have a good relationship and how to love people. And if you are a relationship person, and if you love love and you serious about love and you serious about commitment, y'all be on this channel because this is good. When I get a podcast, I'm gonna try to interview couples. I want to interview couples. I want to interview people who believe in love and that want love. They just can't find them. I want to be able to be a matchmaker for people who um love love and believe in love. Because love is out there. You just gotta find somebody who's willing to work on it. Some people ain't gonna be perfect at all. You know, there's a lot of people that say they wasn't perfect at first, but you gotta find that person that's willing to be strong enough to go through that with you. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'm off here today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000. All right. One.